Coach, what kind of strides do you think your team made last year getting that playoff win, and how can they help these guys this year to build on that and hopefully surpass it?
You know, we talk about the playoffs last year. It was a great experience for our football team to be able to just get to that level. You know, first, you know, we made it to the playoffs, and then we got a chance to win a playoff game and advance to the second round. So I think that you know, being there and knowing the landscape of it, we know the process. We know what it's going to take to get back to it. Now it's even winning the playoff game, we still kind of have a little bitter taste in our mouth because, you know, we didn't win a conference championship. We didn't represent our conference as a conference champion, and I think our kids want that ring, and you know, that's what they're striving for. So hopefully we'll put ourselves in position in November to be in contention for that.
Is that kind of more of the goal, just to win the conference championship, and then if you do that, then everything else will take care of itself?
Absolutely. You know, you win the conference, you get into the playoffs. You can't ever really count on the at-large deal, and I think that we've done a great job in this conference this year in winning 4 playoff games, getting 3 teams in, and all of them advancing. So hopefully, you know, that bode well for us getting more at-large selections. But in order to sew it up outright, you know, you have to win the conference, and that's our goal.
Every year you take the program to another, up the front ladder basically,
right,
to another level. Can this team go to that next level?
You know, I think the ingredients are there. You know, I think all the pieces to the puzzle are there. We have added some additions. You know, we have some subtractions. But all in all, I like the maturity of our football team. I like the experience of our football team and where the experience is coming back on our football team. So we'll have an opportunity to be a really good football team. But it's like I said, it's one game at a time. You know, 3 things happen. You know, when you have a really great season. 1, you got to be prepared. You know, 2, you got to stay healthy. And 3, there's got to be a little bit of luck involved in there somewhere. So hopefully all 3 of those things will come into place for us this year and allow us to, you know, do even better than we did last year.
Poll with the coaches and the SIDs have you guys 3rd coming out. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the way they picked it. That's the way they saw it. And, you know, like I tell our guys, you know, the game isn't played on paper. And all of that you see today is on paper, and that's other people's opinions, and you know, and I value those people's opinion. I mean, when you look at it, Jacksonville State, you know, they went 2 rounds. I mean, it's a 3rd round playoff. Eastern Illinois kicked our butts in the playoffs, so should those 2 be ranked ahead of us? So be it. But you know, we know that the games will be played on paper, and I mean, on the field and not on paper, and we just have to go out and take them one game at a time.
I know you're a defensive guy, but having Michael back has to kind of ease your thoughts a little bit on offense.
Well, I mean, you know, the great thing about last year, we were able to win 10 football games, and, you know, probably 8 of them are under the direction of a true freshman quarterback in Ron Butler. And Butler will see significant time this year at quarterback also. We're not just going to let him get rusty back there, but Mike will be our guy going into the season. And I think Mike has had a really good offseason. He's done really good in the classroom. You know, he's kept his nose clean off the field, and he's showing a little maturity. So hopefully, you know, that all adds up to a great football season for Mike. As you know, last year the kid threw 13 touchdowns with 0 interceptions. Hopefully, he can double that number of touchdowns and keep the same amount of interceptions this year. We may be pretty good.
How much, you know, going into last year, you kind of had the cloud of Mike. How much was that, knowing you were able to kind of survive that and get to where you got? This year you don't have to worry about any distractions?
Well, you know what, and that's the thing, you know, our kids really believe that we have a next man in philosophy. You hear a lot of coaches say that, but, you know, if one guy goes down, the next man in. You know, I tell our kids all the time, you know, stick your hand in a bucket of water and pull it out and watch how fast that hole closes up. You know, that's about how much time we got to miss you, you know, if you're not out there, you know, on the football team. And, you know, and what people don't really understand is Mike's case was dismissed. You know, it was dropped. It was a really immature thing that happened, and but he had to learn from that. He learned from that. Our football team grew from that, and now going into camp with no hiccups or no cloud, I think he's going to have a great season.
Any more?
Thanks, Coach.
Hold on, I'm posing for a picture back there. All right, here we go.